Coming to paperback and e-readers, Esteem Horror in the Hamptons. The aspiring angel tries to escape a house of horrors in this all-new Esteem series adventure. Pre-order your copy of Esteem Horror in the Hamptons in digital format at Amazon.com, Google Play, Draft2Digital, and other digital booksellers, or pick up your paperback copy on May 24th. Is Hollywood looking to move past the social justice era of entertainment? That's the critical question I have to ask after taking a look at the 2024 Academy Awards. Now, the 2024 Academy Awards broadcast was far more subdued than the Academy Awards broadcast over the last couple of years. Now, over the last couple of years, the Academy Awards have been pushing a social justice narrative, with celebrities going and making all sorts of statements as related to politics, whether it be bashing the then President Donald Trump, to going out and making all sorts of political statements regarding all sorts of social justice and political causes. And this caused the ratings for the Academy Awards to go into freefall to the point where they had their lowest rated audience before that disastrous 2023 Oscars, where Will Smith stormed up on the stage and slapped comedian Chris Rock for making a joke about Jada Pinkett starring in G.I. Jane 2 and telling Chris Rock to keep his wife's name out of his bleeping mouth. Now, after that disaster of an Academy Award show, Hollywood went on to have one of its worst years in history, with basically almost every film failing at the box office, with the exception of two films, Barbie and Oppenheimer, and the Academy Awards basically wound up fading into obscurity. And I have to wonder, after suffering such an ignominious 2023, is Hollywood really looking to walk away from the social justice narratives that have alienated audiences as related to their films and alienated viewers from wanting to watch these performers on shows like the Academy Awards? Now, it really looks that way to me from the subdued way that the Academy Awards were this year, because this year with the Academy Awards, I noticed a far more conservative presentation as related to this award show than it was for the last 3 to 5 years, where the show basically was a parade of celebrities looking to make their political statements against then and President and candidate Donald Trump, and looking to go on in their rants as related to whatever political cause that they had. And this basically alienated a lot of people in America and the globe, because people were tired of hearing about these celebrities complaining about their political causes, and that basically led to the ratings for the Academy Awards starting to drop. And many of these people in Hollywood at these movie studios possibly thought that they were making a statement, but that statement was turning a lot of audiences off. And I guess they got the message after several movie studios like Paramount Global and Warner Brothers are on the brink of bankruptcy, and Disney is basically holding on by a thread. So with these studios basically struggling at this point, I believe what they wanted to do with the 2024 Oscars was try to turn course as related to their declining revenue. So that's possibly the reason why we got this far more conservative and subdued show, where the only shocking moment was John Cena coming on the stage naked to present the award for Best Wardrobe and Costumes. That was the only really shocking moment. So I look at this Academy Awards and I look at the films that were picked and the performers that were picked for awards, and it shows me an Oscars that's looking to try to win back its audience that they alienated. Now, when I look at the performers that they picked mostly for these Oscars, most of them were white and overall, with the exception of the black female who basically fit the mammy stereotype for a performer, the big fat obese black woman. And when it came to the performers, they got people like Cillian Murphy, who got Best Actor. You got Robert Downey Jr., who got the Best Supporting Actor. And you got the woman who won, Emma Stone, who won Best Actress. These were all safe bets because what Hollywood is looking to do is try to get people back behind the Oscars and finding celebrities that they can go out here and get behind and have a reason to watch the show and care about. Because in the last previous 3 to 5 years, what they have been doing is going out here and picking these actors who are obscure and star in these art house movies. And these actors are people nobody really knows about and nobody really cares about. So that wasn't giving people an incentive to watch the Oscars or giving them somebody they wanted to root for. Moreover, when it came to the Best Picture, they went out here and picked a safe bet in Oppenheimer rather than pick many of the more obscure art house films, which basically were filled with all sorts of social justice narratives. When I looked at many of the nominees, they were pushing them, they were talking about all of the social justice, but Hollywood looked to play it safe, and that's why we saw Oppenheimer winning the Oscar for Best Picture, and we saw Christopher Nolan winning for Best Director. What Hollywood, I believe, is looking to do at this point is they're looking to try to change course with the 2024 Oscars. They realize that they've basically alienated the entire audience with what many people call woke filmmaking and woke choices for awards. And with them looking to choose these quote-unquote woke individuals, they have basically alienated the average everyday American who has no incentive to invest their time in celebrities or invest their time in watching the Oscar broadcast. And that's why the Oscars went from making 20 million viewers every week be persuaded to watch that when it came on every year to barely getting 9 million people after the whole Will Smith debacle. I mean, over the last 3 to 5 years, the numbers for the Oscars have basically dropped because people are tired of hearing celebrities go and make all of these political speeches, and that's basically alienated the average everyday working man and woman because they just see a pretentious hypocrite who's sitting here bragging about what they want to stand for politically, but not respecting the average everyday working man and woman who works behind the scenes to be the audience that supports them. And with the studios basically on the brink of collapsing, like you have Paramount Global, which is looking for a buyer, you have Warner Brothers Discovery, which is on the brink of bankruptcy, and Disney that is basically holding on by a thread. They see that after the disastrous 2023, that they have basically just alienated most of America and even the world with their social justice far left movies and their social justice far left celebrities who have gone on and turned off viewers. So I believe that what we saw with the Oscars was the start of a course correction as related to American entertainment, because American entertainment, many people in these businesses are seeing that they're about to basically go on the brink of going out of business because they've pissed off so many customers with their nonsense, and they realize that if they want to survive, they've got to give the customer exactly what they want. That's what it looks like on the surface. Time will only tell, because you still got a lot of these far left individuals looking to push their agendas in film. And as these inexperienced, and I won't say woke because that's not the term that needs to be used, the term that needs to really be used is you've got many of these studio executives who want to push their agenda, and to push their agenda, what they do is recruit these inexperienced individuals who have no real understanding of the medium of film, no understanding of the craft of screenwriting, no understanding of how these mediums work, and what they want to do is push these strong characters who are supposed to be these strong women in a lot of cases, or these token minorities, And sadly, what this does is alienate the audience. And I keep using the word alienate because this is what's happening to the audience. They're not interested in watching this stuff. And flop after flop is compiling to the point where the studios just can't take losses anymore. And that's why we started to see this completely different Oscars. And this Oscars was all about looking to show a white flag, I believe, and a whole olive branch to the audience, hoping to try to reconnect the audience with film and reconnect the audience with actors. That's basically what I believe was being done here with this 2024 Oscars. I believe that it possibly could be the start of looking to try to turn things around for Hollywood, which has finally realized the adage that many made during the culture wars: get woke, go broke. And now that they're on the brink of going broke, it looks like many of the studios realize that woke isn't, as some would say is selling, but what I see is that you have the studios realizing that they cannot go out here and push agendas with inexperienced directors, inexperienced actors, inexperienced writers, and hope to come out here with a box office hit. No, this type of programming, the mind control, isn't working. And with the mind control not working, they're looking to try to regroup and trying to give people the entertainment that they want. That's possibly what could be happening with Hollywood after the disastrous 2023 and the partially disastrous 2022. The studios realize that they need to go out here and make films about people for real people. That's possibly what could be happening, but there's still a lot that's up in the air because you still have this AI nonsense going on, and you have all of these studio heads still trying to dig their way out of the hole that they dug for themselves. But when I look at this Oscars, this is again, major turn because I didn't see any crazy speeches outside of Jimmy Kimmel taking a jab at Donald Trump, and even then, the people at the awards show didn't want that to happen, but he did that himself, and he may wind up not getting the gig next time because Hollywood is in a place where they're desperate. They're in a place where they know they've fucked up, and they know that if they wind up not getting themselves together, there may not be an American entertainment industry at this point. Now, if you want to pick up some of my screenplay books, all about Marilyn and all about Nikki, and learn all about Hollywood, you can pick up that screenplay book, All About Marilyn, dealing the struggles of black actresses in Hollywood, on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format. And if you want to check out the first 13 episodes of my sitcom featuring a black girl in Beverly Hills, All About Nikki, which was inspired by many of those great 90s teen sitcoms like Saved by the Bell, California Dreams, and Hang Time, you can pick up that screenplay book with the first 13 episodes on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format, and you can also find it at other online booksellers like Google Play, Draft Digital, Barnes & Noble, and also find it at other big box retailers like Walmart and Target. And if you'd like to see me make more videos about the entertainment industry, you can send a donation to the Patreon, the PayPal, or the Cash App by clicking the links in the description box. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe. Coming to paperback and e-readers, Isis Dark Incubus. The goddess next door gets enthralled in a romantic entanglement with an evil incubus in this all-new Isis series adventure. Pre-order your copy of Isis Dark Incubus at Amazon.com and other online booksellers everywhere. Coming to paperback and e-readers, John Haynes, Illuminati. The man who rules the world takes on the head of the global elite in this action-packed, all-new John Haynes series adventure. Pre-order your copy of John Haynes, Illuminati on Amazon.com and online booksellers everywhere. Now available in paperback. From the author of the critically acclaimed book, The Man Crisis, comes The Woman Crisis. Learn why so many women have become lost in their quest to have it all in The Woman Crisis. Get your copy of The Woman Crisis in paperback at Amazon.com and online booksellers today. Support Black-owned and Black-operated digital broadcast media. www.niceradionetwork.com. Nice Radio Network, broadcasting 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.